Shalom Aleichem. Peace be upon you. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High Yahuwah through His Son Yahushua HaMashiach. It's your brother, UncleK, and we're back with another one. I hope you're having a Baruch day, and I hope right now you have a sound mind and a sound heart. Now, before we get into the content, like the content, share the content, and comment down below. And if you're not a supporter, then become a supporter right now. I just advise you to tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. So let's get into it. The masculine man who has a masculine mindset, he's set apart, he's Kodesh, and he has a masculine physique. This man brings a lot of intimidation everywhere he goes. These days, there's a lot of men that's unsure of themselves, and they're effeminate. And there's a lot of liberal women as well, too. You see, the man that's not sure of himself, he's insecure, and that makes him a little effeminate. When it comes down to the liberal woman, she sees herself above man. She's independent. She likes doing things her way. And she doesn't like a strong man in her presence. She feels that there's some competition. And she can't have that. There's going to also be women that's going to admire you. The feminine women, they're going to admire you. You see, and that's what happens when you set apart and you're masculine. All these things get exposed. Those that truly want to be led by man, they present themselves to some degree. Those that despise you expose themselves to some degree. Those that are insecure expose themselves to some degree. All because you've been working on yourself through Yahushua HaMashiach. You see, men are not confident these days anymore, and men, they don't want to learn these days anymore, especially when it's right in their face. I remember there was times when you'll be training and there'll be a older individual. He'll probably be in his 40s and up, and he been getting that money in his earlier ages, and he still has a top-notch physique. You could tell that through his prime, he just kept going. You could see he still got high testosterone levels. Right? Because high testosterone, you can keep on muscle mass and burn fat. Right? And you would go up to this elder and ask him a few questions. Like, oh, how long you been training? What kind of movements do you do in order to, engage those muscles to get it to that form? And he'll put you on game. He'll tell you about certain things he's been doing. He'll tell you to trust the process as well too, that it doesn't happen overnight. But a lot of men, when they see you and they see that you have this mindset and then you got this physique to match it, they don't know the kind of work that you had to put in order to get to this level. Right? When you come around the liberal woman, she act like there's so much going on, man. Like, you could see immediately her body start reacting immediately, that she's in disgust. Like, her face look like she's about to faint, meaning like she can't take being around your presence. Like, no smile, her head down, she looking away from you. But in the same breath, it's like you could be a liberal woman acting all independent, but when you come around a strong man, you can't neglect the fact how the Most High created all things to be naturally. You can't neglect that. Right? But they're going to try to neglect that though. That's why they always you see them conversing and always showcasing a lot of pressure and personality when they're with an effeminate man, right? You see, that's what the liberal woman do. The liberal woman, she likes the effeminate man. She likes to be around a man that don't have a strong stature, a man that's more focused on his face routine, his cologne. You know, she's more focused on that dude, more focused on him that like to come out with certain type of clothes on, that's the kind of guy she like. She don't like a dude that's just masculine about his presence. He come in there, he dominate, right? When he wants something, he come and get it, and he got the body to match it. She can't stand a dude like that. You know what I mean? Because she realizes that she can't overpower him. See, that's what the liberal woman do. The liberal woman, she's very insecure as well too. She ain't gonna tell you that, but you can see it all over her, right? She's liberal, but she still comes out in a way where she wanna showcase her body in some sense, right? She wanna come out trying to showcase that beauty, but when she come around a strong man, yeah, she ain't doing all that. Right? She ain't looking confident. She ain't looking up to par with how she came out to present herself. When it comes down to the feminine woman, she admires a strong man because to some degree she want to be led by a strong man. Right? That's why she admire you. That's why she can't take her eyes off you when you training. Right? You hitting them barbell back rolls. You got a woman in a corner hawking you, staring at you hard. She can't believe it. You hitting them squats, hitting that leg press. You got some plates on that. She admiring you. She making all this eye contact with you. Right? You closing your eyes, you breathing in deep, you finally look up. She gazing at you real hard like she in love with you. That's how the feminine woman move. The feminine woman, she love a masculine man. A lot of these feminine women too, they get tossed in a different direction because they mostly get their inspiration from liberal woman, right? That's why at times you can see a feminine woman, but she's still dressed like a worldly woman. Like you could tell that she not really as comfortable, right? But the feminine woman, she sees that the liberal woman, she kind of get a upper hand in society by looking this type of way. But the feminine woman, you could tell that she's still feminine by her actions, by her body language. But all she gotta do is just change that clothes. She needs some correction. She need a husband. And a lot of us, we can't be husbands to these women out here because a lot of them, even though they feminine, they of different nations. When it come down to these insecure men, these effeminate men, they act like you not right there. You know what I'm saying? And it could be a so-called black man as well too. And you would love to give him some pointers. You would love to educate him. You would love to give him some upliftment, but you can see from his countenance and you could feel that it's just something off. Right? The man is real insecure. Because you got that masculine physique. At times, let me tell you fellas, at times you're going to be training hard for a few years, putting in this work consistent. You're going to be eating consistent. You're going to be training how you're supposed to be training. Not trying to be cute. You know how some people say they trying to get toned. Nah. We trying to be muscular. We trying to be strong. We trying to be big. And we are. So we do those compound lifts. And we save them little isolations for later. But everything's compound to build that body up. Get that body nice and solid. You're going to have a few people telling you that you have their ideal physique. And you see it's ideal, right? That's why everybody's trying to achieve a certain type of body. But they don't like to ask questions. When you come around a man that's been putting in this work too, he's masculine to some degree. Right? Y'all would exchange words and it'll be upliftment. Right? He'll be like, yeah, man, I see you putting in this work. Oh, I see you getting that money. You'll be like, hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Not too bad yourself, man. I see you working. And a lot of times it be the elders. It don't never be the young ones all the time. It be the elders. You know what I'm saying? They come in there putting some work. They talk about their life a little bit. You talk about your life real bit. Y'all break a little bit of bread. And Y'all give each other a blessing and, y'all keep it moving. That's how it is when you set apart masculine and you got that physique to match it. It's very intimidating when you walk around because people already know what time it is. People don't know how to come at you, right? Because you wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, right? You have a strong countenance, right? The Most High, he's increased that light on you, right? So you're becoming more handsome. And then you got this physique that's just shaking up the people, right? It's just too wide. When you try to sit down somewhere, you got to kind of create a little bit of space because them shoulders too wide. You know what I'm saying? You got to wear that extra large, that 2X, 3X shirt because that chest is too swole. That back too wide, them lats too wide, man. You can't be out here wearing no tight shirts. You're gonna look like a stripper. For real. Leave all that tight stuff, man, for the heathens. You know what I mean? Look like a man. Dress like a man. You intimidate a lot. A lot of them intimidated, man. It's like as soon as you come through, it's like, yup, you're already setting the tone. You're already setting the tone. You're already shaking the environment. You're already waking the people up. They like, uh-oh. 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 That's why no matter what, man, you can see that a lot of people in this world, they just playing characters. And they look like they ready to break their character. The liberal woman, she trying to act liberal. Deep down, she know that she want a strong man, the leader. She know it's hard to do all things by herself. She gotta do things from a harlot perspective in order to get around. And I know she tired of that, but she want to keep up with it. It's whack, it's corny, it's played out. The feminine man, he know he needs some advice, right? But he'd rather get all his advice from a video on YouTube about another man telling him how to be MGTOW and how to hate on another dude. You know what I'm saying? And how to change your personality and try to just act fake instead of moving with love. That's how the dude is moving now. That's how modern men is moving now. They getting all their advice from red pill content, from soft dudes that got no experience. Dudes talking about women, they don't got no wives. They don't got no children. They don't got none of that. But trying to give game to dudes about female nature and all this and that and the third, but don't even got the head Yahushua HaMashiach. The feminine women, they showcase themselves too to some degree. Like I said, they showcase feminine presence, but it's still something that got to get cleaned up, right? So they be admiring you because, they love being in the presence of a strong man. They love it. They love it. But like I said, it's not a lot that you can do because a lot of these women, they of other nations. You see, women of our nation, right? The daughters of Zion, right? Man, they acting up out here for real. They acting up out here. It's really something else, man. But they showcase their feminine presence to you as well too, right? Even if they are kind of manipulated to some sense because they want to take on the traditions of all other nations, right? They want to look like the other nations, right? But when you come in their presence, they can't resist that either. You know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes they turn their neck immediately to go to another nation, right? Man, our women, that's where it's at though. So when you find yourself a feminine woman as of our nation, and she want to clean up her conduct, you know what I'm saying, fellas? Look, she approach you, take it easy, right? Take it nice and slow. Right? Put on that truth, man. Because our women, when we walking upright, fellas, man, yeah, they showcasing their position. They ready to serve. These women, man, they tired of these little hood rat dudes, these little hoodlums out here. You know what I mean? She gotta be with a dude that sag his pants. He gotta act ghetto and loud, and he gotta act hard and beat the block. These women, man, our women, they tired of that. That's played out. That's played out. Because when they see that masculine man that's coming through that got that mindset, and he got that physique to match, pardon me, yeah, she gonna showcase something. A lot of people intimidated by that. Tell your fellas, don't be afraid to be Kodesh and masculine. It's your inheritance. I hope you've been edified. Shalom Aleichem. Peace be upon you. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High Yahuwah through his son Yahushua HaMashiach. It's your brother UncleK. Appreciate y'all for tapping into another one. Like, share, comment down below. And if you're not a supporter, become a supporter right now. I just advise you to tell a friend. Continue to have a Baruch day. Keep a sound mind and a sound heart. And I'll see you soon, Most High willing. But for now, peace.